Hard!
The Max Prairie Wing Super Retriever Series. For our last 3 outings, we've been coming to you from here, the goose hunting capital of the world, El Campo, Texas. I'm Tommy Sanders along with Justin Tackett. And just as we started with 61 dog and handler teams, now we're down to the final 5, the best 5. And that semifinal round was particularly brutal. Are these guys going to get any kind of break in this final round?
I don't think so, Tommy. They've got 3 birds coming out all at once from the left. A super long bird at probably 300 yards. There's a double blind here. The heat's been oppressive. It's cooled off a little bit. A little better. But the last 3 days have just been horrible. I just don't know how much is left in the tank.
All right, a game of survival, but we will have a winner when we're all finished up today. Plus, our big air competition. It's down to the likes of Raider, world record holder Little Morgan, an upstart named Coco, 9 months old. You got to check this out, and it all starts right now.
Five! Go, 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 go!
This is what they've been working toward for 3 days here at Max Super Retriever Series in El Campo. The finals of our retriever trials, qualifying in 5th place was paired from Opelika, Alabama, Cade Gentry and Jesse.
The Sport Dog virtual course looks just like this. It is a 1-bird test. Mark 1's out there at 300 yards. See it, remember it, because 3 more are coming right in your face at 20, 30, and 40, all at the same time, designed to completely try to erase that long bird. Pick those 4 marks up. You have a double blind. First blind's at 65 yards, 100-plus yards behind it, directly in line with it. 175 is the second blind. Let's see who can do this.
102 faults in the semifinals. It wasn't pretty, but they held on. They're here.
This has to be my odds-on favorite, Tommy. I mean, she's got every major hunt test title underneath her belt. She's on the verge of her field trial titles. Cade's an excellent handler. I see no reason why she can't do this. Oh, my God. That's the craziest thing I have ever seen. Look at Jesse. Watch her. There's Mark 1. There's 2. And there's 3. I got them all. Let's do it.
Would you say that this final test is more on the dog than on the handler? It's been on the handler in the last one.
Yep. I think you're right on there, Tommy. Matter of fact, Tommy, I'd say that you're exactly right.
That's a way to put it.
Anyway, you got to remember that long bird. That's what it comes down to. You see that 300-yard mark out there, and then absolute craziness just is released with those 3 marks coming out. The dog that can remember this and just complete this test will win it. She looks like she's in great shape right now.
We're looking for the fewest number of faults. Minor infractions, 2 faults. The major ones are 5.
I think we could possibly see a 5-point break here. We could possibly see a break. With those 3 birds coming out right in your face, it's going to be tough to stay steady.
That's it.
He's telling her that's
Jesse!
it. You think she remembers it. She's lined up right on it. Good line out there. I'm telling you, if she picks this thing up, this is the test. The blinds are going to be a little bit difficult, but nothing compared to this mark. Big suction left. Good cast. You see how tight that blind is to that mark. Drive her back. Big right back here. Turn the wrong shoulder. A lot of suction to the left. Got to get them over to the right. He's still in great shape. The longer you stay out there, the more difficult it is physically. Dogs stop wanting to listen to you, turn you off, and the heat's still a huge factor.
Well, everything went wrong from that point on. We pick it up now, 135 faults, and actually they're out of it.
Yeah, it's over. They're going to send the bird boy out to help try to find that mark.
Just too far, no memory, right?
Too far. She just forgot about it and turned him off.
Just that little bit of crosswind, just fading, slowly fading. No, you can't. I mean, you can't see the handle. I can't see you. I felt like I had her close to it a few times.
Tough situation, and that was my pick.
Come on, girl.
Dog here.
1 down, 4 teams left to vie for the championship here in El Campo at the Max Super Retriever Series. And when we come back, we're going to cool off with a dip in the pool after a long jump, our Ducks Unlimited Big Air competition. Tommy Sanders and Justin Tackett back in El Campo, Texas, ready for our Ducks Unlimited Big Air competition. We are well into the finals at this point, and the big jump so far, 23 feet 1 inch by world record holder Little Morgan.
We need a bigger pool.
We just about do. A good surprise jump in that first round. Coco out there about 19 feet plus. Brett Olson and Rader currently holding down second place. We're still into the first round of jumps in this final round.
Chris Winter, and this is Big Morgan.
Big Morgan, two
Big
Morgans. 6 dogs left, and 2 of them are named Morgan. Go figure.
It's the name of choice for big air dog. Big dog, speed. He has a tendency to shoot line drives. He needs some height.
Oh, he flattens that one out. The team from West Point, Louisiana, going to have a short jump on that one. Let's take a look at paw cam.
Oh, it was perfect.
Oh,
absolutely
man.
perfect with some height. There's no telling what he could have done.
When you can use your toenails, you've done it right at the end of the dock there. But, man, unfortunately, no big air. Just a lot of speed, and, wow, good jump, 19-1.
19-1.
Our first look at Phil Weaver, and the dog is Willow, up from Mandeville, Louisiana, just across the lake from New Orleans.
Chesapeake Bay Retriever named Willow. That should not be allowed, should it?
Not very imposing name.
Get up, Willow. Bad throw, Phil. Bad throw, Sean.
Probably the worst throw we have seen all day. If your dog passes the bumper, things are not good, and that happens about 2 feet into the jump there for Willow. For all that, though, a jump of 18-10, not too bad.
She had 20 plus with a good toss. I really feel it.
That's going to put this team in 5th place overall in this final round of our Big Air competition. First place firmly, Mike Jackson and Little Morgan, 23-1. It's going to be very, very hard to beat. We'll get back to the Big Air, but now back to the Retriever trials. We're ready for team number 2 in our final round. Here comes Britt Ryle and Joe.
Finally got here. Joe has been on the cusp of making the semis 1,000 times. There it is. The Sport Dog Virtual Course. 3 short marks. The long bird is the key. If you pick that up, the blind should be no problem. Got to see it. Ooh, I don't know. I never saw him really locked down here.
Joe, a relatively young dog, 4 years old. Brett's been working with him for 3 years.
He has been on the edge of getting to the big dance a number of times in the Super Retriever Series, and now that he's finally getting some age, he's putting it all together. Brent is a professional from West Tennessee, full-time pro trainer. Little handle here.
Looking for the fewest number of faults. Again, the minor infractions are 2 faults. The major ones are 5.
He's in good shape going into the long bird here. Little piece of information. You know, Britt was Richard McDonald's assistant trainer for 3 or 4 years. So,
Richard McDonald, who was the first place qualifier for our finals here.
That's right. And Richard will tell you that he taught Britt everything he knows.
So it's going to be the master versus the student here.
That's it. All right.
One thing to bear in mind, our double blind at the end. If the dog makes a mistake, picks up the blind first, the game's over.
The line to that long bird runs right by that blind, and it is hot, which means it's actually planted right now. So a lot of pressure on the handler to keep him away from that blind.
Joe!
He doesn't. Either he didn't see it or doesn't remember it. One of the two.
Did you think he had seen it?
I thought he may have got a glimpse of it. He never really locked down, but I thought he may have seen a piece of it.
How many of these dogs, as a percentage, would really recall that after basically 3 memory birds after that?
Well, I don't think very many. And when you consider the humidity and the heat involved and the fact this is the 3rd brutal day in a row, it's a really tough scenario. Tough to come up with this thing completely clean, much less even a good clean handle.
All right, handling to that hunt area there. It's racked up a couple of 5-pointers and a bunch of 2s.
You know, with that backdrop behind you and the crowd, and it just makes it difficult to really pick up on the handler. Tough for the dog. He's getting fairly close to that blind. Got to get a big right back here. He got a little over there.
One team of our 5 has gone so far, and they did not finish. It was that tough.
We may have an undoable test here.
Don't say that.
Well, this is the first time I've ever seen it like this.
Almost on that blind. This is very tough. Oh, man. A DQ then for Britt Ryle and Joe. You pick up that blind, the game's over. Well, 2 teams have come up and 2 teams have failed at this test, which You said it, Justin, and I hope you're not right. It could be too hard.
Well, I can't believe that we've got dogs of this quality that aren't even getting close to completing it, much less do it well.
Still to come, Clint Johnson and Savannah. And man, our big air competition, can Little Morgan hang on with the 23-1? You got to bet on it. Welcome back to El Campo, Texas, and if you just, well, dropped in, we're right in the middle of the finals of our Retriever Trials competition. 2 dogs have tried, 2 dogs have failed. We have 3 dog handler teams left. Here comes Clint Johnson.
Oh, she saw it. She saw that mark, Tommy. She saw it.
Savannah is the dog. It's basically 3 memory-busting birds and 1 long one. If you can get the long one, you're in good shape.
I am certain that she saw that mark. She locked down and followed it all the way to the ground. Now, whether she can remember or not, I don't know, but they need to pick up these 3 real quickly, get out there and pick up that long bird. We've got a good shot at actually somebody doing the test here.
That'd be a plus. Of our 2 teams that have failed, one just didn't finish. It just got too tough. The other picked up the blind. If you pick up the blind before you pick up that long bird, it's over as well. That's what happened to Britt, Ryle, and Joe.
1 bird to go, one of the short birds to go anyway. Need to pick this thing up quickly, get back, except for that long bird. Good job. Quick little handle. Let's get to it. Uh-oh. I don't think Clint knows where it is. You see his eye shifting. I mean, he's looking forward to get this thing picked up. Hurry up. You're burning memory. I mean, it's just like a parking meter. I mean, once you put the quarter in, the time starts. You got to hurry up and get this thing out of the way and move on to that big bird.
Look to the handler for this problem. He should remember where that bird is, should put the dog right on it.
Come on, Clint.
Clint Johnson from El Paso, Arkansas. Okay, they're ready to go for that long bird now.
Oh, I don't know if she remembers it. She's looking right now. See if you can talk her into remembering where that bird is. I don't know, Tommy. He may have burned too much time on that short bird. We had a second series at the Super Retriever Series a couple years ago in Louisiana. We started off with 50-some odd dogs going into that second series. Savannah was the only dog that picked it up clean. So she can mark, and she'll stay with him to the bitter end.
Clint Johnson's been a trainer for 11 years. For the 7 years before that, right after he got out of school, worked for FedEx. Saved his money up so he could become a full-time trainer.
He's in pretty good shape. The problem right here is I don't know that the dog can really see him to handle. I mean, we have all that brush and cover right there. It's really difficult. Oh, she's got the mark.
Oh, man.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, baby, come on.
The blind should not be a major problem as long as you don't lose your dog on that second one. The short blind should just be nothing to it. 2 or 3 whistles.
Looking for the fewest number of faults. That's who's going to win the championship here in El Campo. 34 right now for Savannah.
Little angle right back here. Walk in the park. Now the big blind.
Come on, honey, one more.
As long as he doesn't lose her deep, he's in good shape here. He's going to lose sight of her. As soon as she hits that pond, he's going to lose her for about 10, 15 seconds.
Catch your breath.
You heard him say catch your breath. There's still big-time heat, a lot of humidity.
Plus, they've been at it for 3 days, so these teams are just about out of gas at this point.
And the reason these inline blinds is a difficult concept to think about. The dog's going to go right back to that pole. There's going to be old scent there. The dog's expecting to see something, and you've got to drive them through that old fall or that old blind area to carry out. Still in good shape. Left back here.
Cannot be disqualified at this point.
Just get the bird home. Just get it back. That's all he has to do. And he's going to Hot Springs. He's going to the Crown Championship. As long as he can pick this bird up, he's going to finish in the top 3 no matter what. Oh. Uh-oh.
Not out of the woods yet.
Uh-oh. She may get deep here. She's getting deep. Oh, I think she heard his whistle.
Come on, Raider. Let's see you. Where are you?
Right there, right there. He got it done, Tommy. I cannot believe it. He got it done.
Yeah. We've run in this heat down here now for 3 days, and long stretched out stuff. And she had just kept going and driving and driving and driving. And she hit that cover. She knew what I wanted. She held that line, and she was gone. You must see that long bird. If you don't see that long bird, you're toast.
Score of 56. You talk about being in the catbird seat. The only other 2 teams who have competed so far have failed, did not finish, or were disqualified. So with 2 teams left to go, let's head it back over to our Ducks Unlimited Big Air Pool. And we are ready to wrap up our finals with Mike Jackson, Little Morgan, 23-1. Firm grasp on first place, to say the least.
Huge lead, but this dog can do it. This dog's, it's a rookie to Big Air, but it gets great height, a lot of distance, good speed, good throw. It could actually happen here.
19-foot jump in the previous round.
Get up, Coco. Nice jump.
What a jump in great Big Air. Some very impressive form here.
I think they did a great job at the Paul Campbell show us it. Yeah, pretty good job.
Used most of the dock, and what a great jump. 19 feet, 10 inches. It's going to move this team into second place.
Right here, sit down.
The Nebraska Cornhusker takes the stage.
They were in second. Now they've been bumped down to third. So for Brett Olson and Raider,
Raider, quit.
going to have to get a good throw and a good effort and use as much of that dock as possible.
Raiders got it in him. He can do it.
Ready, get go.
Oh! Not as much height as Coco
Good
had.
boy, Raider.
Usually we get the perfect throw from Brett Olson. We may have been a little offline here.
Good
Raider
boy.
had to crane back just a little bit. Might have shortened his jump just a speck.
Let's see what he shakes out with. 18-5. Oh, there's an upset.
Not going to get any better than third place for this team of Brent Olson and Raider. That means your winners are Mike Jackson and Little Morgan with the 23-1. They got one more jump coming to them. They're going to kind of take a victory lap here.
Gosh, I wish he'd bang one here. He just got to get to the end of the dock. Big speed. Oh, man. He left about 7 or 8 feet early, minimum.
World record's 26-6, and let's take a look at Little Morgan. You can't even see him on paw cam. He's been gone for 4 feet before he even hits the paw cam.
Wow.
So a little bit of a miscalculation, but they didn't need it. They'd already won the thing. I guess Morgan knew that, 23 feet and 1 inch.
He still jumped 18-6. I mean, that dog is amazing.
Some great stuff. Mike Jackson and Little Morgan making the trip down for Minnesota and school in the field. Here in El Campo, they win our Ducks Unlimited Big Air competition. Well, we got 2 more teams left to go. Only one team has been able to post a score in our retriever trials. We'll see if someone can break through one more time. Well, it's been a prickly final round, to say the least, here in El Campo, Texas. 5 teams started. 2 of them have disqualified 1 team. Clint Johnson and Savannah have put a score on the board. 2 teams left. Here comes Bill Autry and Rue.
Rue is a super dog, but he's a young dog. And the reason primarily that Rue is here is because Bill Autry is handling him. This may be too much for Rue. Let's see what happens.
Bill Autry, of course, very famous for handling Cody, one of the most decorated dogs of all time.
Rue's dad. Rue's old man.
Rue's old man.
Yeah. Yeah, that little short marking scenario just kind of blew the youngster's mind. Let's see if he can hold it together here.
Basically got 3 short ones to pick up, and then a long, really, really punishing long bird.
Rue's hanging in there so far. Good looking dog though, isn't he? I mean, 80, 90 pounds, great shape. Got a great future ahead of him. Here we go.
Just got to pound this one out, get that long bird, and it's pretty much all wrapped up.
Now he's way right. Got to get him way left now. Big angle.
You do have to finish up with a double blind, which are fairly easy, both blind birds. But if you pick them up before you get this long one, you're DQ'd.
Very little breeze out there. Just not seeing him. This is definitely a savvy dog test. You need a dog with a lot of experience, a dog that's going to stay with you.
The distance is so great, the signals get fainter. Connection to the handler grows dimmer the further back he gets.
Right.
Well, they're not going to win first place. Already up to 87 faults at this point.
Getting close to that blind. Oh.
Second DQ out of our top 5 here for Bill Autry and Rue. What a heartbreaker.
Luck ran out for the youngster.
All right, one more team left. Savannah and Clint Johnson with the 56 in the driver's seat at this point. The only team that can do it now is Sam, along with Richard McDonald, and here they come. Our top qualifiers from the semifinal round.
Sam's a great marking dog. He's not the most wonderful handling dog if he has to stay out there a long time, but if it's short and sweet, he can get it done. Well, I think he saw it. Looks like he saw it clean to me. Savannah and Clint may be in for one here.
3 birds in succession to test that memory.
Get these 3 up in a heartbeat. Let's get them up quick and go back and tackle that long bird. Right there, Sam. Oh.
Sam can do it. He's a quick working dog. A lot of drive. Really pounds it out there.
Well, he's serious about it. I mean, that guy is absolutely intense.
Sit. Easy. Sam.
You hear him saying easy. That's a cue to let the dog know. Work in here tight. Get in there and hunt it up. Dig it out.
Sam.
He's in good shape, Tommy. He's in great shape. Good line on the long bird. We may have somebody handle this thing clean. He's in good shape.
Does he let Sam have the reins, or does, well, no, he's going to blow that whistle.
Oh, he's just a little left. Getting close to that blind.
Oh, don't get the blind or you're out.
Oh, he made it by the blind. I can't believe it.
The stroke of luck right there.
Still got to stop him and get him way deep right.
Back!
Oh, he's way to the left. Savannah's got it. Savannah's got it.
59 faults.
I gambled, lost. I felt like once he got across the water with the wind blowing in and as hard as he goes and breathing hard, he wasn't going to hear a whistle. And I just gambled that he would drive on back, and he didn't. And just rolled the dice and lost.
Clint Johnson and Savannah, the only team to complete our Super Retriever course today. The team that picks up the win. The gold medal goes to the team from El Paso, Arkansas. Sam and Richard McDonald pick up second. Bill Autry and Rue, they're our top 3. That'll be going to the Super Retriever Crown Championships in Hot Springs.